So dear students, we are learning the elements of retail mix. Okay, starting from location, communication mix, pricing, store design and display, customer service and merchandise assortment. So in unit 3 we have completed the discussion on the first element of retail mix, that is location. And in unit 4 chapter number 12 we have started the discussion on merchandise assortment. I hope by this time you know the meaning of merchandise. Merchandise are the goods kept inside the store for sale. Okay. And second, assortment means variety. So what variety of merchandise should be kept in the store for sale? Okay, so definitely you can understand that location is the first important decision and difficult to, it's a long term decision, difficult to reverse in short term. Okay, so in the location, once you construct a store, okay, then what merchandise you are going to sell in the store? So that's a major decision. But again, all these decisions, whether be it location or merchandise assortment or media for communication, all depends on the selected target market. I repeat, all these decisions with respect to location, merchandise, communication mix and other depends on the selected target market. Okay, so definitely depending on the market segment being targeted, the merchandise decision is made. Okay, but as I mentioned, since organized retailer will have hundreds of thousands of stores, it really becomes difficult to manage the merchandise. Hence, organized retailers follow merchandise management planning process, and that is what we are learning in chapter number 12. Okay, managing the merchandise planning process. Okay, so after learning what is merchandise management and organization structure of the buying department in a retail firm, okay, we learnt about the financial objectives to be achieved through managing the merchandise. Okay, so now in chapter number 12 we have already learnt organizing the buying process by categories, setting the merchandise financial objectives and developing an assortment plan. So I will explain once again the assortment plan. Okay, and before we could do that, I would like to remind you that there are 7 steps, okay, in merchandise planning process, beginning with the forecasting category sales. So I mentioned to you that the entire merchandise is divided into different categories like food and grocery, then apparels, footwear, jewelry and so on. Okay, so category wise sales forecasting will be done in the first stage, then an assortment plan will be developed. Okay, so for the purpose of managing the merchandise is broadly classified into 2 types: staple merchandise, that is food and grocery, personal care products, etc., and fashion merchandise like our apparels. Okay, then yes, we learned about the first step, okay, how a retailer forecasts category sales. Then we went ahead to understand what is an assortment plan. After the sales forecasting, based on the sales forecasting, a retailer develops an assortment plan. So we learned that an assortment plan is a culmination of planning the financial and merchandise objectives for a particular merchandise category. And this is how an assortment plan looks like. Okay, so this is assortment plan for just one product, girls jeans. Okay, and the girls jeans are available in 2 styles or 2 fashion, traditional and boot cut. Okay, then the traditional girls jeans are available in 3 price ranges: $20, $35 and $45. The $20 traditional girls jeans is available in regular denim and stone washed fabric. Now the regular denim $20 traditional girls jeans is available in 3 colors: light blue, dark blue and black. So like this, each individual item has its own demand and it has to be ordered separately. Okay, same way if I consider the boot cut, so boot cut $20 okay, girls jeans is available in regular denim fabric as well as stone washed fabric. So the $25 regular denim girls jeans is available in light blue, dark blue and black colors. Okay, so same way, but one thing what we is not considered is sizes. See, as I told, it is American sizes 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14. The way in India it is more simple, like 26, 28, 30, these are inches, 32, 34 sizes. I hope you can understand. So if you want to convert the American sizes into Indian, it is available on Amazon.com or Flipkart.com, Amazon.in, Flipkart.com. You can go there and click on any girl's jeans and check for the size. There will be an option called size chart. Okay, so if you click on the size chart, if the size is in European units or American units, like this is American size chart. Okay, it will be converted into inches, waist and length. Okay, so here again, if only one item is considered, the traditional $20 denim jeans in light blue. Okay, so traditional $20 regular denim light color jeans, light blue girls jeans. Okay, or $20 regular denim light blue girls jeans, traditional girls jeans. Okay, are available in so many sizes. Just one item, that is a traditional $20 denim jeans in light blue color, is available in 9 sizes. So that one item of traditional $20 denim girls jeans in light blue color has to be ordered in 9 sizes. So here in this row, the order quantity is mentioned in number of units. See, only if you see this line, 429 units traditional $20 denim jeans in light blue, the order quantity is 429 or 429 units of traditional $20 denim jeans in light blue are ordered. Imagine for rest of the variants. Okay, so out of 429 traditional $20 denim jeans in light blue for girls, out of 429, 9 are of size 1, 17 are of 2 size, 30 are of size 4, 26 are of size 5, 34 are of size 6, 21 units are of size 8, 30 units are of size 10, 17 units are of size 12 and 9 units are of size 14. Okay, so you can see here the largest selling sizes are size 4, size 5, size 6 and size 10. Okay, so same way, this is only in short length. Okay, then medium length as well as long length also the same jeans is available. So in the medium length again, okay, the same number of units are ordered of each size, and in long length, okay, so there is some variation. Yeah, so there is some variation, like size 1 is not at all ordered in long length. Then in size 2, 9 units of long length, size 4, 9 units of long length, size 5, 9 units of long length, then size 6, 12 units of long length, 9 units of long length, size 10, 9 units of long length, size 12, 4 units of long length. Okay, and this row tells out of 429 what is the percentage of the order placed for each SKU. This is an SKU, so 2 units of traditional $20 girls jeans in light blue color of short length of size 1 is 1 SKU, 1 stock keeping unit. So such 2 units are ordered. Okay, so by referring to this, buying manager or a purchase manager can place an order with the vendors or suppliers. So that's the importance of assortment plan. So without the assortment plan, the buying department will not be able to do anything. It will not be able to place any order, because merchandise management is all about making the right product available in the right place at the right point in time. That is possible with the help of this assortment plan. Okay, but remember, assortment plan is prepared based on the forecasted sales of each category of merchandise. Okay, so I hope the assortment plan with the illustration is clear to you. So before we move on to step 3, determining the appropriate inventory level. Okay, so any questions on assortment plan? Dear students.
No, sir.
Okay, so that's great. So then that gives me green signal to move on to the third stage of the merchandise planning process. So the third stage, okay, see, when we say they doesn't happen one after the another, okay, all these activities happen simultaneously and it is a cycle. Okay, it keeps on repeating. Okay, but for learning purpose we have to take them one by one. Okay, so the third stage, the retailer determines the appropriate inventory level. Okay, see whether there is a centralized warehouse or there are distribution centers across the market or including the hundreds or thousands of stores. Wherever the unsold goods or finished goods are kept, that becomes inventory. Okay, and inventory in centralized warehouses or inventory in distribution centers, that is from where the nearby stores are supplied. Okay, so one very common question is, if the company maintains high level of inventory in their warehouses and distribution centers, definitely all the orders placed by the stores will be fulfilled, okay, without fail. But if the company maintains high level of inventory, the inventory carrying costs increase. Okay, inventory carrying costs increase and it brings down the profitability of the company. At the same time, if the company maintains a lower level of inventory, okay, when the stores place order with the warehouse or with the distribution centers, okay, all the orders may not be fulfilled because the inventory level is low in the distribution centers or warehouses. Okay, so the question is always, what is the optimal level of inventory to be maintained in warehouses or distribution centers or in stores? So this discussion is regarding that. Okay, the first point in this case is the percentage of demand for a particular SKU. Okay, now I hope you know by this time what is the meaning of SKU, stock keeping unit, one individual item kept for sale. Okay, like traditional $20 girls jeans in denim fabric, light blue color, short length, size 2. Okay, is one SKU, one stock keeping unit. Or in our simple language, Colgate dental cream 100 gram, okay, is one SKU. Or Ippi noodles magical masala 5 rupee pack is one SKU. Okay, so like that, if you count all the items, whatever number you get, that is referred as total number of SKUs in a store. Okay, as the size of the store increases, the number of SKUs also increase. Simple example, a hypermarket like Big Bazaar will have more number of SKUs compared to a supermarket like More or Reliance Fresh. The percentage of demand for a particular SKU that is satisfied. Okay, so what is product availability? Okay, product availability is defined as the percentage of demand for a particular SKU that is satisfied. So a customer walks into a store, demands for a product, okay, pays for it. It means the product is available. Okay, so the level of support or service level. So in such a case, when the customers walk into a store, so what is the level of support, okay, provided for the product, and what is the service level provided to the customer? And the backup or buffer stock in the model stock plan determines product availability. Okay, so other than what is being displayed in the store, okay, if there is any buffer stock or backup stock made available near to store, So it helps the store to maintain product availability at a very higher level. Say for example, if the store manager can see that the particular SKU is moving very fast and almost it is going to finish now, so you can immediately get the SKUs or inventory from the backup stock or buffer stock. Then the higher product availability, the higher the amount of backup stock necessary. Okay. So if we want to make the product availability high, means 95%, 99% when the customers walk in, they should not return without a product because the product was not available. But if we want to ensure that the customer should not return without the product, we should ensure high availability of the product. If you want to maintain the product availability at a higher level, your backup stock also should be higher. So the higher amount of backup stock is necessary to ensure that the retailer won't be out of stock on a particular SKU when the consumer demands it. Okay, so this is some initial discussion. Okay, so before we move on to the importance of backup or buffer stock. Choosing an appropriate amount of backup stock is critical to successful assortment planning. Why? Because if the backup stock is too low, it loses sales and customers. Okay, which I have already explained in the previous slide. Okay. Then if the backup stock is too high, scarce financial resources will be wasted on needless inventory that could be more profitably invested in more variety of assortment. Okay. Yeah. So choosing an appropriate amount of backup stock. What should be the level of backup stock? What happens if the backup stock is too low? Okay, definitely the product availability will be low and it loses sales and customers. And what if the backup stock is too high? Your working capital will be held up in the unsold finished goods and hence scarce financial resources will be wasted on needless inventory that could be more profitably invested in more variety or assortment. So you have kept a high level of backup stock that includes slow moving products. Okay, and your scarce financial resources are locked up there. Okay. Otherwise, with that financial resources which you invested in additional backup inventory, the company would have profitably invested the same into other variety of merchandise or other variety of merchandise. Okay. So here is a graph like product availability. It is in percentages 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. And this is the inventory investment in millions of dollars. So what we can see here, okay, if the store wants to maintain the product availability at around 80%, the approximate cost of inventory or investment in inventory will be about $100 million. So what you see is, and if the store wants to maintain the product availability at a 90% rate, okay, it is close to the inventory investment required to maintain a 90% product availability is about $200 million. Okay. So what we see, the graph moves upwards. As the product availability percentage increases, the inventory investment goes on increasing. Okay. So this is what the retail firm needs to understand before making a decision on the level of backup inventory. Okay, so that was all about determining the appropriate inventory level. So what is that optimal inventory level? Definitely when the product availability is highest and the inventory investments are lowest. Okay, somewhere there will be an ideal point, but nobody knows that optimum level or ideal point. Okay, so based on the technology as well as based on the human expertise, companies estimate some optimal level of backup inventory, and it differs from company to company. That's why managers are important. That is where managers are important. Okay, then we'll move on to the next. Okay, Okay, activity in merchandise management planning process. Control system for managing inventory. So as I mentioned that for hundreds or thousands of stores, when the retailer purchases the merchandise centrally, it is centralized purchase. In the company head office, there will be a separate department called the buying department, and it will have its own organization structure which we learn, and all the employees in that buying department are engaged into planning the merchandise, forecasting the merchandising, then placing orders for the merchandising, getting the merchandise, allocating the merchandise to each store, then following up with the analysis of which merchandise is being sold, which is not sold, which is moving slow. Okay, so all that. For that purpose, okay, so there is some control system for managing inventory which is used by retailers. So this control system that we are going to study is for managing staple merchandise inventory. So I hope you know the difference between staple merchandise and fashion merchandise. So something called automated continuous replenishment. Okay, here buyer sets the desired product availability. See, buyer here means the retail organization. Say for example, Reliance Retail Private Limited or Aditya Birla Retail Limited. Okay, Walmart. Okay, Kmart, for example. So the retail firm itself is a buyer here. Buyer sets the desired product availability and determines the variation in demand, vendor's lead time and fill rate. Okay, so it means the entire merchandise planning process is done by the retailer. So where the retail firm sets the desired product availability, whether 80%, 85% or 95%, whatever it is, and determines the variation in demand. See, January to December sales does not happen equally. Okay, the sales vary from month to month. Okay, for each product category. So the retailer also determines the variation in demand and vendor's lead time and fill rate. Okay, so within how many days the vendor should deliver the merchandise once the order is placed, and fill rate is what is the percentage of the orders fulfilled by the vendor. It is always not 100%. It is about 95%, 96% in that order. Then ACR means automated continuous replenishment. ACR systems operate automatically, means these activities: setting the desired product availability, determining the variation in demand, determining the vendor's lead time and the fill rate. These activities are performed automatically in automated continuous replenishment. It is a software. Okay, we call it MDSS, Management Decision Support System. Retailer's information system, it determines. Okay, that the information system is IT or software. Retailer's information system or software determines inventory level at each point in time, which we call it as perpetual inventory. Okay, so this each point in time means it is a cycle. The cycle may be of a week, fortnight, month, quarter, half yearly or yearly, depending on the category of merchandise. And while comparing the sales made through point of sale terminals, POS is point of sale terminal, the sales counter where you pay and check out. Okay, so by comparing sales made through point of sale terminals with shipments received by the store. So how the information system or the software determines the inventory level? Okay, by comparing the sales made. Okay, every time you, let us say there are 100 units of a Colgate dental cream, 100 grams in a store. Okay, so the software compares the sales made. Let's say in a day 25 units of Colgate dental cream 100 grams are sold out. Okay, and okay, then 75 are remaining. Then on the same day another 100 units have arrived from the distribution center. So 75 plus another 100 units received through shipment. So 75 plus 100, 175 the inventory level. So this information is always available at the fingertip for the store manager or manager at the distribution center or at the buying center. Okay. So control system for managing inventory continues. When the perpetual inventory level falls below the predetermined level, it is called as a reorder level. Say for example, as I mentioned, 100 units are there, 25 units have been sold out for the day, and the store may set a reorder level, okay, at 20 units. Okay, so when the inventory of a Colgate dental cream of 100 gram reaches 20 units, okay, it means the store manager should reorder Colgate dental cream 100 gram SKUs. Okay, so when the perpetual inventory level falls below the predetermined level, in my case 20 units, the software, system here means software or automated continuous replenishment software. This software sends an EDI, electronic data interchange reorder to the retailer's distribution center and to the vendor. Can you imagine? No human intervention. No human intervention. Okay. So the inventory levels are set by the software. The reorder level is set by the software. Okay, I gave a very simple example that there are 100 units of Colgate dental cream, 100 gram toothpaste, in a store, and the reorder level or predetermined level is 20 units, and the customer keeps working on day 1, 25 units are sold, day 2, let us say another 25 units are sold, and day 3, 30 units are sold out. So 25 plus 25 plus 30, 80 units are sold out. Okay, so how the software makes out? When the product is scanned through the scanner at the POS counter or point of sale, terminal. So the software determines that only 20 units of the toothpaste are remaining of a particular SKU. Then immediately, without human intervention, the software places an order. It reorders Colgate dental cream 100 gram toothpaste to the distribution center of the company, as well as the same information goes to the vendor, that is the Colgate Palmolive India Private Limited. When the reorder merchandise arrives at the store, the level of inventory is adjusted up again. So when the merchandise, let us say the store has placed an order for 100 units of Colgate dental cream 100 gram SKU. So once 100 units are arrived into the store, the software adjusts. So 20 units were remaining and another 100 units have arrived into the store. So 20 plus 100, 120 units. The inventory adjusted up again. But here when the merchandise arrives into the store, the employees have to make an entry into the computer that 100 units of Colgate dental cream toothpaste have arrived. They have to make an entry into the software. Then the software adjusts the total inventory to 20 plus 100, 120. So control system for managing inventory continues. Just a minute. Just a minute. First I will I'll take a screenshot of your attendance. Just a minute. So 30 students are present. Yeah. So let me finish this stage first. Stage number 4. Students, I hope you can see the PowerPoint slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In controlling, okay, the inventory. Okay. So what we learned is control system for managing staple merchandise inventory, or control system for managing inventory of staple merchandise. Okay. So next part is about the control system for managing inventory of fashion merchandise. Okay. So how the inventory of fashion merchandise is controlled. So what is the system used there? So there is a system called as open to buy system. Okay. So it monitors merchandise flow. Means it monitors the fashion merchandise flow. It is very simple. Okay. It determines how much was spent and how much is left to be spent. Okay, I'll give a very simple example. So you go to another city and you are carrying 10,000 rupees with you, and you plan to stay there for 3 days. At the end of day 1, on the second day morning, you will check how much amount is left with you. So what you will see, that 3,000 rupees being spent and another 7,000 rupees remaining. Then again, after day 2, at the beginning morning of day 3, you check how much amount is remaining with you. So what you may see, that 7,000 rupees totally spent and only 3,000 rupees remaining with you. Okay. So then you decide, okay, one more day, okay, you need to stay there and you are left only with 3,000 rupees. So this way it gives control. It keeps a check on how much is spent and how much is remaining to spend. For the example what I gave, or the analogy what I gave, is exactly similar to this open to buy system. See, retailers will have a budget. Okay, companies work very systematically generally, so they will have a budget for each expenses. So for fashion merchandise also they will have a budget. So how this open to buy system works? Okay, the buying manager of the fashion merchandise category will have a budget to purchase fashion merchandise. Let us say about $500 million. Okay, so for 6 months, let us imagine $500 million for 6 months. So at the end of 1 month, this manager will check out of $500 million how much is spent on purchasing fashion merchandise. So he may check that about $150 million is already spent and only $350 million is remaining. Now based on that, he has to plan for the remaining 5 months. Okay, it just works that simply. But again, it is also a software. Manually, it is not possible. The purpose of open to buy system is a twofold. Depending on the sales for the month and the reductions, okay, the merchandise buying can be adjusted. Okay, so reductions are generally like products that have expired or damaged, or shrinkage. Shrinkage is stolen goods. Employees as well as customers sometimes are engaged in stealing the merchandise from the store. Okay, so the purpose of open to buy system is twofold. Depending on the sales for the month and the reductions, merchandise buying can be adjusted. So definitely you can check what is the level of inventory of fashion merchandise into the store. Okay, for the month how much you have sold, as well as the reductions like shrinkage, damages, okay, if any. Then based on that you can adjust your buying for the next month. Secondly, the planned relation between the stock and sales can be maintained. So for example, if 100 units are sold for a particular item for a month, there will be a standard how much stock should be maintained. Say for example 120 units should be maintained. So similarly, by using open to buy system, the planned relationship between the stock and sales can be maintained. When used effectively, open to buy ensures that. Okay, so this is the advantages of using open to buy system in managing the inventory of fashion merchandise. So when used effectively, open to buy system ensures that the buyer limits overbuying and underbuying. Say in my example, okay, like if a buying manager has about $500 million $100 million for 6 months to buy fashion merchandise, for example. Okay, so if he is unable to keep the record, okay, or if he is unable to have the information on the spending, so he will never get to know that how much is already spent and how much is remaining to spend. So when he will not know, he may end up in overbuying. Means he may buy merchandise worth $600 million, $700 million. I mean, he may go beyond the budgeted amount. He will overspend or underbuying. Underbuying means actually $500 million is made for buying fashion merchandise, but once he cannot keep track of the expenditure, he may end up underbuying also. Like he may buy fashion merchandise worth only $300 million or $400 million, and another $100 million may be just left remaining there. So thus it prevents loss of sales due to unavailability of the required stock in case if the manager has under purchase. He maintains purchases within the budgeted limits. Definitely, in my analogy, remember, if you have carried 10,000 rupees for 3 days, okay, by keeping a track of how much is spent and how much is remaining to spend, definitely it will keep your expenses within the budgeted limit, that is 10,000 rupees. As well as for a retailer, it maintains purchases within the budgeted limits. In my example, $500 million for fashion merchandise. Reduces markdowns. So since when you overbuy, it means excess merchandise is purchased more than the demand. So once the original demand is met, the unsold merchandise will be sold on a discount. That is called as a markdown. And when you sell the merchandise at a discount, it will affect your gross margin financial objective. Okay. So this way, these are the advantages of using open to buy system, which is used to manage the inventory of fashion merchandise. There is a note here: when planning for any given month, the buyer will not be able to purchase the amount equal to the planned stocks for that month. Yes, definitely true. This is because there may be some inventory already on hand or on order, but not yet delivered. Okay. Yeah. So I hope I will stop here for the day. We still have 6 minutes of time. Attendance is taken already. Okay, now I will go for question answer round if you have any questions. I have a couple of news also, okay, which I will discuss, okay, in some other class. Yes, students, any questions? See, at least 5 minutes can we interact? Alright, students started leaving when I am asking for interaction. Anyway, there is a half an hour break after this class. No need to run away. Any news you read? Okay, see, there are news articles definitely in the newspaper, no doubt about it. Okay, so
There's a
anybody read?
news
Yes?
regarding Ambani, sir.
Yeah, please share the news.
Sir, it's like now he has fallen to 17th place in the Forbes magazine, sir.
Sorry?
Now Mukesh Ambani has been fall down. His number has been reduced to 17th in the Forbes magazine, sir.
Rank, okay. Fourth
Yes, sir.
richest people of the world. What was his earlier
Yes,
ranking?
sir. Uh, and in one day he lost $8 million rupees, sir. Which is equal to India's 15th richest man.
Okay, okay. Yeah. What are the reasons why his net worth has declined? Yeah, why his net worth is declined? Anybody has read about that? Okay, no problem. So we can find out always. Yes. Okay, so that was some news. Then next, but see, during this last 6 to 8 months during the pandemic, okay, the IT firms have gained a lot. Okay, market share, sales you call it, or the market capitalization of the company or network of the founders of the company have tremendously increased. Okay, so yes, any other news article? No? Okay, any other questions? Yes, students, any other questions related to the discussion? Okay,
No, sir.
so yeah, if there are no questions, then better, okay, we'll wind up for the day. Okay, so good day to all of you. Okay,
Sir, thank you, sir.
yeah,
Have a
welcome.
nice day, sir.
Yeah, nice day and take care. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir.